computer because my computer was doing something real strange a second ago. But first of all, I want to say good morning to everybody if I haven't said this yet. And let me kind of break down some of what's happening right now in the stock market. According to CNBC, let's see, the Dow's down by about another 600 points today, which is a huge contrast to yesterday. Because recently it jumped significantly because of the Super Tuesday results, right? When Joe Biden did so well, and you saw where Elizabeth Warren, I think, just dropped out. Did she drop out? Let me see here. I think she dropped out of the race. I saw that one sister, a journalist, April Ryan, was tweeting on. Here we go. Elizabeth Warren just dropped out, which is really surprising because, Elizabeth Warren was a huge contender for Biden. So it sounds like they're all kind of coming together and getting up behind Joe Biden. I wonder if Warren is going to be his running mate. Because I wouldn't be surprised if that was a really strong combination in terms of trying to beat Donald Trump. But anyway, so you had, what happened on Super Tuesday. Joe Biden goes and kicks butt. The markets are excited about that. You saw stock prices rise off of the Joe Biden success. And then today, you kind of went back to fear. The market went back to being afraid. And a lot of what's driving a lot of this fear are the headlines. The headlines, and I knew this was going to happen. That's the thing. I knew that the coronavirus was just going to kind of be the thing to talk about. So it wouldn't matter if one person had the coronavirus. Like they would talk about that one person and put that one person in the headline because, this whole thing with the virus is such an interesting story. It's such a big deal right now to so many people. And I think the $1 million question is, how real is this and how much does this virus differ from, say, the flu, right? We know the flu kills more people than the coronavirus, but that doesn't mean the coronavirus is less deadly, right? The coronavirus, I think, is scary because we just don't know what it is and how it works and all this other stuff. And we don't have a vaccine for it. And so in terms of investing, one pick that I made early in the game was this company called Gilead, Gilead. And they basically, I picked that stock because I think I was watching Jim Cramer's show on CNBC. And he said that this company is the one that he thinks has the best shot of creating a vaccine for the virus. And so I said, okay, well, let me add some of that to my portfolio. And if you look at the trend line for Gilead, you'll see that while everybody else is going down, Gilead was actually going up. Their stock jumped quite a bit. Other things that have jumped, since this started are treasury bonds. The price of treasury bonds has gone up because people tend to flock toward bonds instead of stocks when they start getting worried. The price of gold, I haven't looked at the price of gold, but I would imagine the price of gold has gone up. I own some shares in the gold ETF, which is the ticker symbol is GLD. Gold just tends to do well when people get nervous, people get scared. Also, the yen, ironically, the Japanese yen is what they call a safe haven investment, where people buy more yen when the market starts acting crazy or when there are global economic concerns. Now, anyway, let me look at a little bit more of this. Do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button. Hit the thumbs up button if you haven't done it yet. Also, don't forget tonight and tomorrow we're doing the Emancipation Weekend in the Black Business School, which is basically a training on real estate and how to get involved in real estate. I saw one of you ask, is now a good time to buy a house? I believe it's always a good time to buy a house. I'm not saying that it's always the perfect investment. I'm not saying that you shouldn't do it. And then there are people that say, oh, no, you should only buy a home if it's a rental property, and that's the only time it's a good. I don't agree. I just tend to think real estate is a good play long term because I don't think you can find a neighborhood anywhere in the United States where the value of the homes is lower now than it was 20 years ago. There aren't too many places like that anywhere. So I think real estate's a good play, even if it's not income generating property. Ideally, I would look into both. Alicia and I bought some rental property and we like it and we're going to buy more. And it is great because you buy rental property and you get a management company and then somebody else is pretty much paying most or if not all of the mortgage for you. And then you have this property you own and it's yours, right? It's an asset. You can give it to your kids. You can just have it for a rainy day. And that's how people create financial security. Financial security is a lot like a quarterback in a football game who has, the guards that are protecting him. Like the people protecting you are your security, or like if you have a security force, you're the president and you have the Secret Service or whatever, or you're Beyonce and you got your security guards. financial security is basically your backup. It's the stuff that protects you from a rainy day, that protects you from a bad situation. So your savings account protects you, your investment portfolio protects you, your rental property protects you, your other streams of income protect you. Anything that makes you feel safer financially is part of your financial security plan. And if you don't have that in place, you might want to process, like, what does financial security mean to me? And where am I secure and where am I not secure? I think that'll go a long way in terms of how you view your financial situation. So anyway, feel free, if you want to come to the thing tonight. I'll type the URL in the chat. It's theemancipationequation.com. That's theemancipationequation.com. And I'll be joined by Julian Gordon, Mr. Multifamily, who is a Stanford University graduate who knows a lot about this stuff. And you guys can actually come for free. It's theemancipationequation.com. So here's the URL. And of course, if you want to try out my stock market investing class, you can try it out for $1 at the first month for $1 at theblackstockmarketprogram.com. THE. That's theblackstockmarketprogram.com. Thank you, Dual, for sharing that link. So let me read more to you. Hit the thumbs up button. Basically, stocks plunged on Thursday, having their gains. This is on CNBC, having HALVING, their gains from the massive rally in the previous session as markets remain choppy in the face of fast spreading coronavirus. The Dow dropped 615 points, or 2.2%. Fears about the coronavirus disrupting the global economy continue to grip Wall Street as countries around the world extended quarantines and travel restrictions. California declared a state of emergency after coronavirus-related death and 53 confirmed cases in the state. The majority of this, quote, the majority of this growing concern about the fallout from the virus because it's spreading, says Tom Essay, founder of the Sevens Report. For every hour, another group of people have it, and it's in another state. People are getting a bit nervous about this constant barrage of headlines. The angst fueled investor demand for safer assets like treasuries and gold, which both went up 1%. The rate compression on Wednesday kept pressure on the equity of U.S. Regional and consumer-facing banks, which led the major indexes lower. So a lot of banks took a hit because there was a lot of pressure, because interest rates are dropping, or because the yields are dropping. It challenges banks in their ability to make money. So you saw, if you own bank stocks, you probably took a big loss. The Dow posted the second biggest point gain on Wednesday, as major wins from former Vice President Joe Biden during Super Tuesday sparked a relief rally, especially in the healthcare sector. So in healthcare, you saw a move up in healthcare stocks, I guess, because Biden's policies are expected to be a boost to the healthcare industry. I guess he would be a guy that would be a strong candidate to continue Obama's legacy and push forward with Obamacare, which really is it's like reparations for the healthcare companies. Like the healthcare providers are the ones who win with Obamacare. I don't know if regular people actually win on that. Let's see here. The optimism coming off Super Tuesday has come and gone, and we've reverted to being driven by fear over the containment of the virus and its impact it's going to have on the global economy, says a guy named Mike Loengart, managing director of investment strategy at E-Trade. So let's see here. Despite the rally in stocks, treasury yields and gold prices did not respond in kind. So basically, they're saying that what this guy's saying is that despite the fact that stocks went up, you didn't see the yields in treasuries and gold prices go up as well. You would expect that the yield in treasuries to go up as the market goes up, because people are leaning toward the stock market. They're feeling a little bit safer. So even though the market went up, the fear was still there. So I guess it was sort of a almost like a cautiously optimistic move in the market. It was cautious optimism in the sense that people were looking for good things to happen. They felt good. They felt like happy days might possibly be here again, but they weren't 100% sure. So it's almost like, your girlfriend cheated on you and she says, I want to come back because I want to love you and I want to be back with you and love you forever. And you're like, I'm happy, but I don't really know if I trust you. Okay, okay, fine. You can come on in, right? So you're kind of happy, but you're not really sure because you don't know if she's going to start cheating on you again, or if she's going to start, or if the old stuff is going to start happening again, right? So ultimately, even though you had this little upward spike after Joe Biden's success on Super Tuesday, I believe that the market still had this underlying fear. And the big move right now, we're kind of in a pregnant moment in the market. The big move is going to be the jobless claims. A jobs report is going to come out on Friday, and that's going to be huge. That's what I call a pregnant moment, because when someone is pregnant, or something like an animal or something is pregnant, you know that something's about to be born. And something's about to change, but you don't know if it's going to be a boy or a girl, right? So ultimately, something's going to happen on Friday, something big. And I believe the jobs report, whether it meets expectations or surpasses expectations or doesn't meet expectations, that's going to be huge on the market. Also, as these coronavirus headlines keep popping out, you're going to keep seeing the market getting kind of hammered. And I think you're going to see people kind of running away from stocks and, trying to sell, and, while the getting's good and things like that. So just be ready for a rough ride. This is not, maybe 3 months ago, I was telling you guys that this was an amazing period in American history, like that stocks just continue to go up and up and up, and nobody knows why. Well, they know why, but not really. Well, now you're running into a rough period. Now you're running into, that new edition. Can you stand the rain period? Tell me, baby, can you stand, right? Like that's what it is. Like, so right now, this is a period for resilient investors. I can't guarantee you that anything is going to happen in the near future. But what I can say is that the Fed is probably sitting around trying to figure out a way to make a move to boost the economy, because people are in deep fear that the coronavirus can lead to a global recession. And the reason I think that the coronavirus is kind of a different kind of recession is because it seems to be shifting, causing fundamental shifts in the way, in the way business is done. It's shifting entire supply chains, right? Which is a whole different animal, right? You're really talking about something, you're talking about, for example, people possibly, just letting go of China as a manufacturing base to the world and getting their goods from Mexico or India or maybe parts of Africa one day. Who knows? So that's going to be really interesting to observe in terms of how that all plays out. So anyway, those are my thoughts. Do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button. If you haven't subscribed to the Black Financial Channel, it's theblackfinancialchannel.com. It's a daily financial news and commentary site from a Black perspective. Support that channel. We need to grow that channel. So everybody subscribe, theblackfinancialchannel.com. Also follow the Black Financial Channel on Instagram. And lastly, if you want to join us for our business summit, our digital business summit on real estate that starts tonight, which is Friday, March 5th, go to theemancipationequation.com, that's theemancipationequation.com. And what I'll do is I'll just paste it in there so you guys can see it. If you're watching, if you could type it in so other people can see it, please do that. Somebody says sing the whole hook, voice. Okay. Sunny days. Everybody loves them, but tell me, baby, can you stand the rain? How about that? You like that? Is that good? Am I going to get a record deal? Because that's my only shot at getting out of the hood is getting a record deal. Can I get a record deal? Anyway, all right. I know she says, Shawrock says stop. See, you ain't right. You ain't right. Y'all hurt my self-esteem today. But anyway, I'm about to go, guys. Hit the thumbs up button. And don't forget, if you want to do a $1 trial in my stock market investing class, everybody loves it. It's really good. And there's a 30-day, 100% money back guarantee. So there's no risk at all. And you will learn a lot. And you will be able to go back and teach your family members because, some people teach here. I teach here. I teach you guys everything you want to know to be up here because this is what I do. That's, that's what I've been doing for 30 years. So go to theblackstockmarketprogram.com. That's theblackstockmarketprogram.com. Lakeisha says, stop singing. See, bye. I'm mad at you. I ain't talking to you no more. Goodbye, Lakeisha. Goodbye. See, I'll just be in there tripping. Ungrateful sons of.